So it's not just the Nasdaq. It's not just the Nasdaq. It's also the S&P. But I'll pull that chart up. As you can see on the S&P, uh, we're going below this. Here, I'll just turn this off, and I'll zoom out. We're going below this channel right here. That's where price is. It's right at the bottom. Or I think we're gonna go below the channel. This is not 100%. I'm not 100% sure on that. Just based on just having channels drawn. And I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. However, when I turn on my indicator, I see this purple line, and the price is crossing down against it. Now, the trick is to see as to whether or not price is crossing down aggressively, or just kind of, it's just kind of crossing it. It's not really going to make that big of a deal. But if it's crossing down aggressively, well, sometimes it'll just kind of creep up on you. But what you want to look for are aggressive moves to the upside or the downside. And here you got a lot of chop, right? But that's what the smaller lines are for. That's what like this blue one here is for. It's the 4 hour. But you can change it to be whatever time frame you want. I'm just, this is just what I like to use for my settings. But yeah, it shows you where price inverts. So based on that, or where price is likely to invert. That's not 100%, right? Again, this is just an indicator. It isn't a complete solution. You really should know how to trade. I'm not gonna keep making videos updating what's going on in the market unless like there's a big demand for it. But otherwise, you can get this indicator for free, and it'll show you where where it's going to invert. Like a lot of times, like you'll get some chop, like, and if it's not aggressive, if it's not an aggressive enough move, it won't push through. So you really have to gauge it by where these liquidation zones get drawn, because that ultimately is going to be where you're going to look for support and resistance. And then when they get liquidated, then you broke resistance, right? Yeah, when they get liquidated in the market, that's just when people's stops get stopped. Like people will place stop limit orders at those levels. So that's why price gravitates towards that as well. Yeah, this is all, trading is just psychology. This is just psychology. And the psychology of the market is, this is why, like, I really don't, I digress, but I really don't watch when it comes to buying and selling anything that has a chart. I don't really want to watch the news, because it's just, to me, some news is helpful, but a lot of it is distracting, and I just, that's just me. So you want to use as many indicators as you can that actually work, right? That actually have that not just work, but also work for you as well. But that have like correlations, pointing to the same prediction, or types of predictions, I guess, right? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. So, I mean, we're crashing below the. I mean, we're not crashing, really. I mean, we haven't even gone down by that much. When you really think about it, if I zoom out, you'll see we're still way up high. But the thing is it's a slippery slope. So we're at the bottom of this channel, right? And if we break down below it, right? If we break down below this green line, this indicator right here, this neon green line, not this EMA, but this one right here, then we're going to keep going down, and then same thing, especially with the purple line. And then as it gets below the red line, that's just not good, right? So, and I don't know that it's going to get that low, but I think that's going to get to probably around this liquidation zone right here. I'll just undo that. But if I go to the hourly, you'll see it right there. So the different time frames show you different liquidation zones, and but everything else is the same except for these EMAs, and then these two lines, this green one and this orange one that hug the price really close. But the Nasdaq, let's just skip on over here that real quick. Excuse me. So we're below the green line right now, but if we go further below that, then yeah, it's gonna potentially get to the bottom of the channel on the Nasdaq as well, right? So it's not just the S&P or the Nasdaq, but it's both. So I mean, obviously, because like, you know, whatever happens with one of those assets usually happens with the other, right? Usually they have very similar moves. They're very heavily correlated. So yeah, we're not at the bottom of the channel on the Nasdaq yet, but if we get to this liquidation block right here, then we are at risk of going below. And from where we are right now, let's see how big of a move that would be. It would be a 4.2% move. But I mean, really, you'd want to get in a little earlier. Yeah. But if you don't get in earlier, I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. The earlier you get in, and I mean, the other thing too is that I would never recommend trading on margin or with leverage. The only thing I would recommend is trading with a leveraged index token that basically allows you to trade with leverage, but without the risk of being liquidated, right? So basically, the amount of like, so for leverage tokens, the amount that you borrow isn't related to, like, because you're not borrowing anything, right? Anyways, that's the only thing I'd recommend. I wouldn't recommend shorting otherwise, but that's what I did, and you can do that as well. So I mean, if you just go on Robinhood, you can just, I'll show you the asset. I mean, I won't log in Robinhood, but it's I'll show you the asset here. There you go. So yeah, it's this is the asset. It's SQQQ, and I mean, we had a run up here before. It went from, what was it, 26, 25, or about where it is right now, and then it ran up to, what was it, $57. So that wasn't that long ago. That rally started in March. So let's look at March. Where's March? Yeah, so right here. That's when price started to go down right here. Went all the way down here, and it recovered. And it recovered to about where it is, or yeah. This shape right here is the exact inverse of what we just saw. Except this is a leveraged token. So if I make it smaller, it looks more similar now, because it's leveraged. So the volatility is a lot higher. Um, but that's because it's a 3x leverage. So for every percent that the Nasdaq goes down, this goes up, and then inversely, for every percent the Nasdaq goes up, this goes down. 3%, right? The Nasdaq, like either way, like this moves 3% for every 1% the Nasdaq moves in either direction. So that's basically what's going on. Yeah, we had. I mean, we've been having. The thing is when the market was doing really good, this was doing great. I mean, not. I mean, the Nasdaq was doing great. This was not doing great, right? This was going down, obviously. So Nasdaq goes up, this goes down, right? So market was great throughout all this time because this was going down. This was going down because of that, right? So, anyways, sorry. This purple line here, as you can see, we crossed below it, and that was. Let me try to zoom out to the daily. All right. Yeah. So, oh my God, it's crazy. Like it's insane. Like, oh no, we got this green line showing up here. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. I feel like I need to step this up here. All right, so we're on the daily. What's the furthest I can go out here? Do line 1. Switch over to 12 months. I'll do 6 months on this one just to see. Okay, yeah, so there's not enough data for it to show more. So I'm guessing this is the 6-month line, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So there's not enough data for a 12-month line, but we got a 6-month line. Here, let's change this one to 6, and we'll change this one to 3. Alright, and let's try to zoom out more. Yeah. Let's go to the weekly. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, yeah, I mean, I think that the Nasdaq and the S&P are going to go up later eventually. The market is going to make a recovery, but let's really get real macro here, okay? For a minute. Yeah. Let's see here. So, all right. So this green line here is and the orange line is our closest tool that we have access to. And I see green lines down here, and the purple line and orange line are all down there, right? Okay. They're all down by the bottom of the channel, right? The bottom of the upward channel. So we're actually in a downward channel right now, but we're also in an upward channel. And I went over this in one of my other live videos. So this downward channel that we're in, we're probably going to break below that, get down to here, and then here's going to be a question. Once we get down to here, it's going to be a question of whether or not this acts as support or resistance, right? Because once we get down to here, we got this green line, the purple line, and the orange line. And that's if we get down there. And that's not 100% guaranteed, but if we get down here, this is going to be our next, down to this line right here, that's going to be our next level of support and resistance that we're going to see if we're going to break through it or not in order to see if we're going to get down here. So that's the macro analysis, right? So is it going to get down to this midpoint in the channel? I do think that it will. As to whether or not it gets down to this level in the channel, I don't know if it will. But it's just a question of where volume is sitting. And one of the things you could do, TradingView offers, where is it? Give me a minute. There it is, fixed range volume profile. So we'll zoom out a little bit more. And alright, we'll zoom out a little bit more. Okay. Alright. Alright, let me drag this out a little further. I don't know, where should I drag it out? Yeah, I guess here is okay, right? It's the closest, lowest low. Right, yeah. Alright, go from there. Alright. So this is a volume profile indicator. Basically, it's showing where most of the volume was traded at for this asset, right? So what we have here is we're not necessarily at risk of having a crash, right, based on this chart. But if we go to the daily, you can see that this this point of control right here, that's this red line, that's where most of the volume is traded. It's not that far away from this liquidation block. And this liquidation block, keep in mind, it's not far away from where price was just recently. So even though, you know, we're crossing above this red line here, we're in an overall bullish trend on that, it's still a possibility that we could break below this line. And I'm not saying we're going to break below this bottom line in this channel, but I'm saying it's a possibility, right? I'm not saying it's going to. Again, not investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't invest any money you're not prepared to lose, okay? Do your own research. Use as many indicators as you want. Just make sure that they work and that they work for you. But this is just what I'm doing, and I figured I would just show people, right? You can get this indicator for free for the first 1,000 people who like, comment, and subscribe. Just leave your TradingView name in the comments, and I'll add you to the list of people. I mean, that's all you gotta do. And yeah, I mean, I go over everything in my videos. I'm not gonna make any more videos once I establish some social proof showing, that I know what I'm talking about. But once I do that, I mean, I'm not gonna try to brag, but I'm gonna have to brag in order to, get people's attention, because I feel like, I'm not one to brag, but like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, come on. But anyways, we're not there yet. We'll get there, right? Okay, so, yeah, I think it's gonna go potential. I mean, we have potential to reach this level here, right? And is it a crash? Is it a crash if it goes from 21,000, pretty much where it is right now? It's just $25 short, 21,000, and then all the way down to where's this red line at? 15,200. Is that a crash? What do you think? I mean, what would you consider a crash? Is it gonna use this point of control, this $15,000 point? If it gets down there, I'm not saying it's going to, right? But if it does get down there, is it going to use that as support? And is it gonna bounce back up and go even higher? Is that a possibility? I don't know. I think it's possible. I don't know if it's gonna happen. But that's why, it's important to keep an eye on the market, and it's a lot easier to manage and do with this indicator, in my estimation. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, not a financial, like, this is not financial advice. I can't stress that enough. All I did was come up with an indicator that works for me and combined it with some other tools, and I'm just offering that as part of the value for anybody that wants to do the same thing that I'm doing. You don't have to be a genius to do this. You can just do what I'm doing. I'm not a genius, right? At least I don't, you know, I don't even like to surround myself with people that even claim to be geniuses, because that's just, anyways, yeah, I mean, that's the video, that's the live. You know, I guess that's my opinion. Disclaimers in the description. Again, not a financial advisor, not financial advice. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Time will tell. It's gonna bounce back up eventually. The thing is, it's gonna, as it goes down, it's gonna go up. So it's going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. If it breaks down below these levels, right? It's not 100%. Right now, we could be at a level of support. We could just be liquidating this block that hasn't been drawn yet. I'll just draw it real quick. Where is it? Right there. So that block right there. If it goes below that, then and you don't necessarily need to draw the block. You can kind of see where they are without even drawing them, because the indicator will draw them for you, and you can see where they are. And then from seeing how they're drawn and where they're drawn, you can draw them based on that, based on your understanding of how the indicator draws them and why. And it's a visual thing. So I mean, I could explain it more technically, but really, what's the point, right? You don't need to know how it works in order to use the tool. You just need to know how to use the tool. You don't need to know what's inside the tool, what the mechanisms are, like, unless you're the mechanic, right? And you're fixing the tool, if you're the tool mechanic. But that's what I am. I'm the tool mechanic. So, yeah, I think potentially we could come back down to this liquidation level. And because I think maybe some people got into the market right here on a long, thinking maybe the market's gonna go back up because, hey, we're at the midpoint of the channel, right? And I go over how to draw these channels in my last video, or not last video, but last you just I think I got, like, I don't know, I'm not gonna do more than like 40 or 50 lives at first, because it's like, if you really want to know, like, how I break down everything and how it all works, it's gonna be like probably like 40 or 50 live videos, and each one's about 15 minutes. But I think what I might do actually is, after that's done, is edit all that content and upload that as a separate video, so I can show you guys really quick how I was able to do that, or how I'm doing that now. But it'll be past tense later. So yeah, that's about it for this video, I guess. I just gotta keep cranking out these videos and provide that social proof, and then it will be time to get people subscribing, hopefully. But yeah, I'm gonna do 10,000 total users ultimately, and I'm not gonna do any more past that. And after 10,000 users, I'm continuing to offer the service to the people that had signed up, but I'm no longer marketing it, and I'm no longer intending on keeping the marketing content online. planning on taking it down, just because I don't see a point in marketing a product that I'm setting a cap on the amount of income that it can produce, or the amount of revenue that it can produce, right? Not all of its income, right? But because there's going to be expenses, but basically, I'm not trying to advertise this information beyond a certain point, is what I'm saying. Once I reach that point, I will stop though, and that's basically what's going on. So we're gonna get down to here, probably, and then, you know, again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, entertainment purposes only. And then also, I think we potentially could get down here, and then, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, just for the sake of doing it, I guess I'll draw a fib to, where is it? Right around there. Yeah. Okay. Alright, just for the sake of seeing, where's the point of control line up with? I can't even see it. I know it's hard to see because there's so much on the chart. Where is it? Oh man, I can't even see it. Let me get rid of this for a second just so I can see it. Oh, it went away. That sucks. Let me put the back. Get rid of this. Alright. Oh no, it's right there. Is that it? That blue line? Is that it? Oh yeah, because I'm on the... Yeah, that's right. Okay. Go back here and do that again. Alright. Yeah, so... What is this? Looking at the 0.5 level. It's at 19,000. Where's the point of control? Yeah, so they're not correlated. But if we keep going down, right? If we don't make a reversal to the upside, then we potentially could get down to this level. But we'll see. And then this could probably act as support, I would think. But that's if we get down here. We have to break below this line. We have to break below this line. We have to break below where we're at now. We have to, we have to break below multiple levels to get here. Right? But this is I would say is probably going to be a strong level of support if we even get close to it. Right? Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. But this is why we watch the markets, because you can't read the market like a crystal ball way into the future. You can only see what's going on right now. And based on the fact that it's in this channel, we can assert that it's going to most likely fluctuate within this channel since it's already in it, right? If it breaks outside of the channel, then we're going to have major volatility. And you got to look for these inflection points. That's really how you trade. But you got to keep your eye on it, because it could reverse back to the upside, and it could go past this level of resistance, and it could go higher. It could do that. And it could run away from this purple line. The market could go raging back up. It is totally possible. I don't really pay attention to the news that much, in the sense that I don't really watch the mainstream news. I get my news from alternative sources. So whenever there is really big news in the market, I'll hear about it like relatively quickly. But for the most part, I'm not too worried about it. So there could be some news going on with policy or regulation that really does affect the market in a big way. But for the most part, the market kind of does its own thing, unless there's really big news coming out, right? Otherwise, the market psychology is based on the technical analysis. Outside of that, if there's big enough news, yes, the market will do some crazy stuff. So I guess that about wraps up this video, this live. Again, do your own research. Don't invest any money you're not willing to lose, and you know, you know, I don't know. I guess that's it. That's a live video. I ain't got nothing else. I'll see you guys later.